everybody, I'm Justin with ExtremeTerrain.com, and today we're diving into the MBRP Armor Plus single exhaust setup available for your 2005 to 2015 Tacoma at home. Now, you guys should be checking out the Armor Plus system for your 4-liter if you're looking to really crank the volume affordably while still getting the benefits of a full stainless system along with a corresponding lifetime warranty. Now, as you guys heard with our sound clips, the MBRP single side exit exhaust system here is certainly gonna pack a decent amount of bark overall. Now, in addition to that, you can also look forward to, I would say, a deeper tone out of your 4-liter V6. So, breaking out my wake to neighbor scale here, guys, I'm gonna put the Armor Plus system at a soft 4 out of 5 on my 1 to 5 or 1 to wake to neighbor scale. Now, a portion of that aggressive noise does find its way into the truck while cruising, especially under hard acceleration. However, that aggressiveness does slightly fade above 60 miles an hour while cruising on the highway. Overall here, gang, I would say this system certainly delivers a big difference when compared to your stock system and may not be an ideal choice for owners who prefer a mild tone overall. Getting into our construction segment here, guys, and this system, the Armor Plus, is MBRP's middle-of-the-road offering thanks to the full 409 grade stainless steel build. Now, this is a very, very solid material that I would have no problem recommending to truck owners in all 50 states because that 409 grade stainless, while not as resistant as 304 grade, is still robust enough to fend off corrosion long-term, and evidently MBRP agrees because they do back this system with their limited lifetime warranty. But materials aside here, guys, this system is packing that 2.5-inch mandrel bent tubing throughout, leading into and out of that high performance straight through MBRP muffler. And this guy really is going to be responsible for not only shaping the sound, but increasing your flow overall. Finally, everything is going to exit out your 3.5-inch tip here. As you can see, it is stamped with the MBRP logo, and it does again finish in that stock location behind the passenger side rear tire. Now, moving into pricing, and this is where the MBRP systems really do shine. Case in point here, guys, again, you are getting a full stainless steel system, mandrel bent tubing, very solid tone overall, all for right around that low $500 price point, which, by the way, if you've browsed our selection a bit here at XT, you'll know that this is one of the better deals in the category, again, when you're looking for a full stainless name brand system. And now let's switch gears and get into the installation portion of today's video, guys. Site's gonna call this a middle of the road 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you about a couple of hours or so to complete from start to finish. But now we're gonna throw it out to the guys in the shop for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
Tools required for this install include an impact, an exhaust hanger remover tool, a 14mm wrench, 14 and 15mm sockets, and an 8mm Allen socket. What's up, guys? Today we're installing an exhaust on our Tacoma. First, we're gonna watch a quick uninstall video showing you how to remove your factory exhaust, and I'll meet you right back here for the install.
All right, so we have our Tacoma in the air, and the first step in the uninstall is to remove both of the bolts at the front flange of the exhaust. Grab a 14mm socket, and let's get these removed. Now we have a little bit of PB Blaster on these just because they are a bit rusty, so we sprayed them down. Now we can remove them with a 14mm socket. Now that we have our exhaust disconnected, we can disconnect all of the hangers as well. We have an exhaust hanger removal tool here. And we're gonna slowly work it off of each of the hangers. You can add a little bit of lubricant here to help the rubber isolator move past the hanger. And you might just have to work it off of the end a little bit. And now that that's off, we can move on to the rest. Now you can repeat that with the rest of your hangers. Just be ready, as once all of your hangers are removed, there's nothing else holding the exhaust to the vehicle. And once the hangers are removed, go ahead and remove it off of your truck.
So now with our factory exhaust removed, the first thing we're going to do is install our front pipe. So I've got a pole jack here to support the weight of the back. And then once we have that in place, we can reinstall our bolts with our spring clamps. These would usually thread into the other side of the flange. However, our hardware has been replaced, so we have a nut on the back. Next, we can tighten this down with a 14 millimeter socket. Since we have a nut on the back, I'm going to throw a 14 mil wrench on there. Next, we can install our muffler. First, we're going to grab our hanger clamp and slide the rod through our rubber isolator. And then we can grab our muffler, slide that through our clamp and onto our front pipe. And now once we have our clamp in place, we can take a 15 millimeter socket and tighten it down. Next, we can install our over axle pipe. First, we're going to get another one of our clamps onto our muffler outlet. And then we can raise this up and get our rods into our isolators first. And then we can slide our over axle pipe into our muffler. And then we can slide our clamp into place and take our 15 millimeter socket to tighten it down. Now at the rear here, right by our rearmost leaf spring mount, we have an isolator that we're gonna have to pop off so that we can put a different one on. This is for the 2013 and up models. So we'll take our hanger remover tool and just work it back and forth until that pops off. And then we can get our new hanger, and we're gonna be sliding this on the outside one. Next, we can install our tailpipe. So we'll grab another clamp, slide it over the edge there, and then we can raise this up to our pipe. And then we'll get our rod into our isolator. Next, we can go back to our clamp and take our 15 millimeter socket to tighten it down. Lastly, we can install our tip, and you can adjust this to have as much or as little poke as you'd like. I'll put ours right about here, and then you can take an 8 millimeter Allen socket to tighten this down. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the MBRP Armor Plus single exhaust system with polished tip, side exit for your 2005 to 15 4-liter Tacoma. Thank you for watching, and for all things Tacoma, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.